1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
Well, we're on, fella.
Hey, we're on.
Hey.
Hey, check out the classic shirt.
Oh,
retro.
I just have this John Lennon shirt on.
Well, I was just thinking, with our logos and all.
Right.
This was the beginning
that's
of it
the
all.
first logo.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, so if you have one of these, hang on to it.
It's a collector's item.
Yeah, it is. Sure. It's been around for a good 6.5, 7 months.
It's a classic.
Sure. Yeah. Mine hasn't even yellowed yet.
Right.
So we got that going for us.
And there's no potential legal action tied to that logo.
No, there isn't that we know of anyway. Unless some other Mike and John are doing the podcast and they've got it going on. But I don't think they do.
Get legal on that, will you?
Legal? It's Mike and John Got It Going On with Mike Marino and John King, brought to you by Firehouse Stores. As we get into a Thursday, of course, the big battle happening Saturday. U of M, MSU, under the lights.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun,
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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Good thing we were off key, otherwise we could have been sued for the copyright
That's
for
what
that song.
We can't play the song, but
All right, so we'll talk The Less We Know with Rich Perlberg. And what are we calling that battle? The other
it's
battle?
the Smackdown in Weedtown.
The Put Down in Pot Town.
Or that.
I don't know.
But, of course, we'll be talking with Jerry Millen.
The Doobie and the Newbie.
From the Greenhouse and his website, BrightonTruth.com. And I think we have a debate arranged. We're trading dates right now.
We're trading dates?
So,
Is that like a swingers party? Or?
Put your key in the bowl here. Put your key in the cup, will you?
Speaking of cups,
Yeah.
we'll get to more. Well, these are glasses. More on the Christmas in DeVille, which, by the way, if you want one of these cups, I might as well say it now, or mugs, you can get these at Torch 180. How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
How about that?
How about
some news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton?
All right, here's what's going on. A longtime public servant is stepping down from his position as a Hull City Councilman. After 23 years, Steve Maynor has resigned from Hull City Council. That's according to a press release from the city, which quoted Maynor as saying that sometimes it's hard to quit, and this has been such an occasion, but it's time. Maynor has been on council since 1999, serving in a variety of roles, including as mayor pro tem. In July, Maynor was honored by the council for his decades of service with a reception and surprise proclamation of appreciation that was held outside City Hall. Maynor is scheduled to be the Grand Marshal for the 2022 Fantasy of Lights Parade, November 25th. Meanwhile, the city is accepting applications. Those details are on our website, mikeandjohnpodcast.com. A Livingston County woman was hospitalized following a crash last week in West Michigan. State police from the Lakeview Post report they responded to a two-vehicle crash last Friday near Harrison Road in Gratiot County. A preliminary investigation indicated a 2012 Ford Fusion, driven by an 18-year-old female from Wyandotte, was southbound on US 127 when it crossed the grass median and entered the northbound lanes of US 127, striking a northbound 2019 Dodge Grand Caravan. The Caravan was driven by a 65-year-old woman from Brighton. The Wyandotte woman suffered serious injuries. She had to be taken by Lifeline to a hospital. The Brighton woman also suffered serious injuries. She was transported to a local hospital as well for treatment. Her condition remains unknown, and her name was not released by authorities. And for the first time in nearly 3 years, the Livingston County Veterans Treatment Court was able to hold an in-person graduation session Monday. The treatment-based problem-solving court serves veterans who become involved in the criminal justice system, pairing them up with a fellow veteran who serve as mentors. The session was held in a packed courtroom. Many local officials in attendance, including several county commissioners, State Representative Bob Bazat, Sheriff Mike Murphy, Prosecutor David Reeder, and Chief Judge Michael Hattie. 53rd District Court Judge Shauna Murphy, who presides over the Veterans Treatment Program, held half a dozen review hearings as part of the program's normal docket. She got an update from each veteran on their progress through the program and congratulated each on their successes. providing encouragement to continue. Several of the veterans spoke about how the program had helped them and their determination to stay sober and out of trouble. Then those who had graduated from the program had a chance to speak. One of them said the mentor program was a huge asset and it allowed him to be around people who were a positive role model and focused on his well-being. The ceremony also recognized the Veterans Court team and mentors who Judge Murphy said make all the difference, as seen in the fact that the program has a 94% success rate. And that's what's going on.
And news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. Mark and Barb have been traveling the world to the world's greatest diamond locations.
Right. They're back.
From Antwerp, Belgium.
And they brought the diamonds with them.
They got the swag. They got the goods.
Yeah. I mean,
you can check them out.
Yeah.
In downtown Brighton at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
Cut out the middleman, bringing you excellent product at a affordable price.
From the world, the diamond capital of the world, Antwerp, Belgium. They also have the latest offerings from Simon G. and Zagani. And while you're at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, be sure to ask about the Simon G. Trunk Show, which is coming up in November. Best prices ever on Simon G. stuff at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. Or check them out online, cooperandbinkleyjewelers.com. So last night's, do you want to make it like a truck pull?
Yeah.
Check it out.
Check it out.
And the diamonds are rolling in. Last night's Wednesday night trivia. Studies found, of all age groups, teenagers do this the most. What is it? A ton of answers.
Well, that's a loaded question.
But I don't think... but I don't think we got a correct answer.
Okay.
I don't think we got a correct answer, but some great answers. And some of us may have been reflecting back to our youth.
What?
Well, or perhaps when our kids were teenagers.
See, I
You
still
have
do
it too.
this.
You still, well, yeah, you still
Yeah.
do this, and sometimes when you do it, it's kind of annoying. If I want to put it out there.
I'm not doing it now.
No, you're not doing it now.
Yeah.
But when
I
you
don't do it
something-
during the podcast.
You have in the past.
Have I?
During Facebook Live stuff, you have.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah,
I did.
Yeah. My wife made a comment about it.
Your wife and my wife. Wow. They
So-
should get together.
I don't know that we want that. So we'll check out some of the answers.
That's funny.
And find out,
okay.
if we
Fine. I get it, ladies.
Yeah.
No more gum.
You gave away the answer before we went through the other answers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Checking to see if there's any
No, I don't have any.
ABC gum. Are we talking?
You want me to edit that out or?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Why start now?
Damn it.
Why start editing?
You know, if I was to
now?
edit out every goof, I mean, oh my God, this program would be about 45 seconds long. All right, yes, let's get the man on the phone. Of course, talking about Rich Perlberg for the Less You Know, the big battle coming up. No, not the Smackdown in Weedtown.
No, not that bad.
No.
There's a bunch of battles going on.
Although it's
not the governor's
although it's
race.
Ann Arbor, and that could conceivably be called Weedtown.
It could be.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mike and John.
Good morning, Rich. Are you wearing the maize and blue yet or not?
I have got the maize and blue on.
Yeah. Has it been
Well,
like
wait. Where?
All right.
You don't want to know.
Wait, this is podcast, right? You can say anything.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still not going to tell you.
Okay, that's probably best. Thank you.
I mean, really, it's pretty early in the morning.
Yeah. So the game is now it's a night game. So when does the tailgate party start at the garage you guys have?
Oh, I just got the email on that 4:40. I don't know
Oh,
why they picked 4:40. That's,
Yeah. Couldn't be 4 or 4:30, 4:45, 4:40.
4:40.
Is there a-
No, it's I'm an old fart, and these night games, especially almost in November,
Yeah.
don't amuse me. I mean, it'll be a beautiful Saturday afternoon for a football game, and the stadium will be empty.
I'm surprised that since it's at U of M, it doesn't start at 4:20.
Well, we were just talking about
Smackdown in Podtown.
Yeah, we're
Weedtown.
getting ready for a debate on Brighton's marijuana proposal that we're calling the Smackdown in Weedtown.
Yeah.
But we were
That's just going with old prejudices and stuff. Michigan doesn't.
Oh, they don't do that.
Oh
treat it
no.
as
They're above
illegal
No, they don't
substances.
they don't hold the hash bash there every year for decades.
They were bashing hash, didn't they?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I misunderstood.
No, so you guys excited about this game? You think you got Michigan right where you want them?
Well,
Overconfident?
you know,
Well,
this
you
is
never know. I mean,
it's a crafty strategy by Mel Tucker.
let's lose 4 games.
But you don't get paid $90 million because you don't come up with a good strategy.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
We're 3 and 4. We
Look.
got them right where we want them.
Exactly.
I know. I'm not kidding. I was thinking about this, and as a Michigan fan, and I don't think I'm unusual in this, I really, really want Michigan to beat Ohio State every year.
Yeah.
Right.
But what I don't want to do is lose to Michigan State. Do you see that
Yeah,
difference there? I mean,
yeah.
It's kind of like the Ohio State's the game you got to win, but you can't.
But you
Right.
can't
lose
lose.
to Michigan State.
So that's if you ask a Michigan fan, if you say like before the season, hey, you can lose either against the Spartans or the Buckeyes, but you got to lose to one.
Oh, you don't have that conversation.
I'm just saying,
Well,
if they,
you're just taking us into a different time warp, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
you know what? I got some hash over here. Never mind.
But I think you're right. I think if you had to choose one, they'd rather beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
Right. That's always my thought on it.
And
As a Spartan fan.
because historically, even though the Michigan State game's always been much earlier in the season, by the time the Ohio State game comes along, it's the last game, and
Right.
for a long time it was for the Big Ten title.
Yeah.
Whatever happened in Michigan State was no longer affecting the standings. Now that changed with D'Antonio. D'Antonio had a really strong record against Michigan.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
The other thing is, and
Well,
you
he's
said the
not-
Big Ten championship. There's like the Big 25 teams now, or however many we have. I remember we talked about this earlier in the season. But how many teams are there in the Big Ten? Is there 14 now?
It's
Something like that.
I think there's 14
Yeah.
with UCLA and Southern Cal knocking on the door.
I can't keep track.
No.
And
So
the
it's,
last I knew, I think they were looking at UNLV in Eastern Carolina.
Right. It's just yeah, University of Samoa. We're letting them in, and
Well, you gotta get that South Pacific market into the
Yeah.
Big Ten network. So yeah, it makes sense. I don't, it's not anything innovative to say, but I think Michigan fans are concerned about Saturday's game. It's just Mel Tucker's had the number, and Michigan State always seems to come up with these great games, even when they're underdogs. So,
Yeah.
and
Right.
they've been dominating the series lately. My son is more than happy to remind me they won 10 of the last 14
Yeah.
games, which turns out to be true.
I hate it when those kids are right.
well, that's the thing. And of all the years, I mean, this year, State's record is just not good. So for Michigan to lose with a 7-0, 7-1.
Yeah, they haven't played many good teams, but they annihilated
7-0.
Penn State a couple of weeks ago, and they've got all the glamour names. But still, I mean, State's still got a quarterback that I think is excellent. They've got some outstanding receivers. The question is, will their defense rise to the occasion?
Their defense has looked very Lion-esque. So not in a good way.
Let's not talk about the Lions.
No.
But the funny thing about, at least for me, for the Michigan State series, and I've been following it for decades, as a Michigan fan, the games I remember the most, and I don't know what this says about me, are the games Michigan's lost to State. And there's some dramatic games.
Well, there has been,
the Spartan Bob timekeeper game, the Desmond Howard getting tackled in the end zone, going for a 2-point conversion. Those are the games I remember. Placido Burris, is that his name? He had a remarkable game and beat Michigan single-handedly. But the only win that really comes into mind for me is when they came back from like 3 touchdowns behind in the fourth quarter to win in triple overtime. That was amazing.
Sorry, Rich, we stopped listening because there's a spider loose in the studio.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've been told I do that. But probably one of the most significant games was the game that has kind of been forgotten, but it was remarked after the game. Mike Hart, the great running back, who's now the running back coach, said, it's kind of like when you play with little brother. You let them think they're going to win, and then you win at the end. Well,
That's the game they lost.
and Michigan won that game, but since then Michigan State's dominated, and it's led to that was a very, very ill-advised comment because Michigan State fans have latched onto that.
To the little brother thing, yeah.
Taunted Michigan with that chant ever since. You know?
Well,
So.
take what we can get.
Fun.
So, but if you ask a state,
I don't hear a lot of confidence from you guys.
look, any year, this particular game, it seems like any year, no matter what the other team is, crappy, whatever, or they're dominant,
Or Rich Rod as the coach.
anything can happen in this game.
Our years don't count, by the way.
The Rodriguez years.
Oh,
What about-
okay.
what was
So
the
do
other
we
guy?
get to subtract the John L. Smith years then?
That columnist from the Detroit News used to call him John LLLLL.
Yeah. Oh, ouch.
Add an L every week, right?
John LOL Smith.
I think it's so far. I mean, I've seen the Michigan players talking about how this year they've been thinking about last year's loss since the bus ride home, and they're ready to
Right.
Yeah.
destroy them. And Michigan State's just been very quiet.
And
Very quiet.
I'm sure that Mel Tucker and everybody else are like, shut up. You know.
You play the game on the field. I really respect that attitude.
And I was saying before how if you ask a Michigan fan, like, if you had to lose to one team, who would it be? And you get different answers. Mostly, I think you're right, Ohio State. People would say, well, I mean, I'd rather lose to Michigan State than Ohio State if you're a Wolverine fan. But you might get different answers. I think if you ask a Michigan State fan, if you had to lose or you knew there was one game you had to win, let's reverse that, they'd say Michigan. I am almost universally, they'd go,
If they win Saturday,
Michigan.
That'll be their season. This
Oh, yeah.
season won't
Of
be
course.
the
Are you kidding me?
5-7 season. It'll be the year they beat Michigan.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all we need.
There's a couple of couches waiting in the wings at Cedar Village right now.
When I was at the table, we always went to our band and said, "You want to do a couch sale?"
Right.
They never thought that.
If
That was a good idea.
we're slandering Ann Arbor as the home of Hash Bash, and I think we can easily slam East Lansing as the home of Cedar Village couch
I
burning.
never figured out what the motivator was. Did they burn couches if they won a big game, and then they
It's
burn couches?
tradition is what it is. All right, my grandpa did it, my dad did it, and I'm doing it.
It's tradition. Darn it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Do you mind? Anyway.
But you know what this has done? The state's recent surge in this series is created an interest in a trophy that before this no one knew existed.
What's
The Paul
that?
Bunyan Trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been around for, I don't know, 60 years, but I don't think anybody cared about it until State started winning it. Now they talk about, we got to get Paul back.
Right. Right. That's true. That is a great point, actually. I think you're right about that because it's nothing I was very aware of.
Oh, the Paul Bunyan.
I mean, I knew of it, but it wasn't a big discussion point. It wasn't something that was. I mean, I didn't, other than it probably looks like Paul Bunyan, but had I ever seen it? I don't know.
If you go up north, you see a couple of Paul Bunyans.
Right. You want to see some Bunions? Hold
It
on.
was always the brown jug in Minnesota.
Right.
Right.
But it was kind of an invented rivalry thing, and those things are hard to take off. But now that it's been there, and you don't know what you miss until it's gone, and then so all of a sudden it's
Paul's coming home.
And they play Michigan State every year. They don't play Minnesota every year anymore, so that it becomes a different thing.
I wonder if the whole election denial thing will come to this contest. We're like, we didn't lose. No, we didn't. We're keeping the trophy. We didn't lose.
Well, if you talk to State fans, Michigan fans are already doing that.
Right. Well, I saw somebody.
We didn't really lose the game last year. We didn't lose the Spartan Bob game, and we didn't lose the Desmond Howard game.
Well, somebody posted.
By the way, truth, alternate facts. Anyway.
I saw a Michigan fan had posted. They were like, "How come whenever Michigan State wins, it's always on a controversy?" And they listed all these controversies.
Yeah.
But Michigan never wins on a controversy. I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, and I say this as a Michigan fan, but
Yeah,
and it hurts to say it, but there was a joke that said, "What's the difference between a Michigan fan and a puppy?"
Okay.
And the answer is the puppy eventually quits whining.
Oh, love it. Well, thank you.
There was a Rose Bowl game decades fumbled before the goal line.
Yep.
And the refs didn't see it and called it a touchdown. For years, Michigan had a picture of that fumble in its trophy case.
Well,
Yeah.
The winningest program in football history, and the picture they do is of a loss in the Rose Bowl because of a bad ref's call.
Whatever motivates.
We've never really lost many games. I don't know if there's ever a game we've really lost.
Yeah.
Oh, no, of course not. Not at all.
Well, I guess we'll find out who.
Except
who
for Saturday.
This is good. I would much rather be talking about this than the election. So I think it was a good call.
Okay. All right, we'll find out what happens Saturday.
Yeah.
It's really important, and it's not urgent. It's really urgent, but it's not important. And I love conversations.
Yeah,
like this. So
it
go
does.
through, and I hope you guys are licking your wounds after Saturday.
Well, right back at you, fella.
All right, Rich.
All right.
We'll talk next week, and again, we know nothing more than we did before this phone call started.
Why should we?
There you go.
All right, Rich. Thanks, man. Have a great weekend.
That's it.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah, big game Saturday night. Should be a lot of fun. Although I really don't think the Spartans have what it takes to pull it off.
I just don't think you can. There's no year that you can say, oh, this is, any year could happen. The Spartans could be dominant like they were under D'Antonio, just having one of those just national championship type years, and then they just screw the pooch.
them could pull alliance and have
right.
5 turnovers.
That's what I'm saying.
So I guess anything can happen, as they say.
As they say.
All right.
Firehouse Doors has been serving Livingston County residents for the past 24 years. They're a family-owned business striving to treat each customer like family. Firehouse Doors, veteran-owned. Mike Witt, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran. And, of course, they are your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs. And, Mike, why don't you tell them what they've been doing for the past 21 years?
Well, they've been sitting around watching reruns of SUV, Law and Order. Oh, yeah, they've been what they've been doing for the past 21 years, you say?
Yeah.
They've been Livingston County's only authorized distributor of CHI overhead doors. Call Firehouse Doors today at 810-599-7480. And, as a matter of fact, I believe it was Kim that said one of the answers or, suggestions for our Halloween costumes on Monday would be us to be garage door installers. That would be a costume.
We heard some interesting guesses.
Or suggestions. Yeah. Cheech
Or,
and Chong was one.
Right.
Wayne
and Garth.
Wayne and Garth. Yeah, we had
Mario and Luigi.
Some of the ones from shows I've never heard of were put out there.
Somebody put up the Breaking Bad with Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. We didn't have to get the gas mask thing and yellow suits. That's a little expensive.
Yeah, we're trying to go on the cheap.
I mean, it's a podcast.
The budget is not that
podcast
huge.
budget's not what you think it is. I mean, look, sure. You see the studio and you think, oh my God, they're rolling in dough.
Yeah, they are. We could be bakers.
Well, that's the only dough we're rolling.
So, coming up, we're going to talk about the Smackdown in Weedtown, as John has dubbed the big event.
Yes.
A debate in the making. We'll check that out in just a couple minutes.
Hi, this is Jerry Millen, longtime Livingston County resident and owner of the Greenhouse of Walled Lake. Brighton City residents, you're being lied to. Check out BrightonTruth.com. We'd like to bring a greenhouse medical facility to Brighton and give patients safe access. We're asking Brighton residents to vote yes on a medical marijuana facility being allowed in Brighton. Please check out BrightonTruth.com. The Reefer Madness Group, they're lying to you. See the truth. BrightonTruth.com.
Discover the truth at BrightonTruth.com.
Speaking of which,
We're speaking of witches?
well, it's
We could
almost
be
Halloween.
witches
We
for
could be
Halloween.
witches. Could be bitches. I mean, female dogs, of course.
Oh.
Good morning.
Hey, Jerry, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Hey, are you dressing up for Halloween on Monday?
Me?
Yeah.
What are you going as?
I have a ghoul costume because we cut a commercial as the ghoul.
Oh, man. Oh, you got to send us a picture. All right.
So we have a ghoul commercial. It's on our website too. So
Oh.
I dress up as ghoul.
Do you have Froggy?
Our customers are people that are familiar with the ghoul.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I can't imagine
That's
that at all.
That's called synergy, Jerry.
Is that what it is?
Right.
Anybody going as Cheech or Chong?
Every day, buddy, every day.
Well, that's been suggested for us to be Cheech and Chong on Monday for the podcast for our Halloween extravaganza. But we're really not sure. Who's Cheech? I don't know. You know, now that you've shaved, well, you shaved the mustache. You can't be
right. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, we can. It's a costume.
Yeah,
we don't know. We're still working on it. Yeah, I don't know. So, nonetheless, all right. So we are in the midst of setting up the debate. To talk about the ballot initiative in Brighton, of course, whether or not to allow commercial dispensaries. You've got the website, BrightonTruth.com. You've challenged city council members who have not taken that challenge.
Still been out there.
And there's crickets.
Just kind of
you've challenged.
I specifically challenged Susan Gardner.
Well, okay.
Specifically, because she's the one that's so vocal against it that I think she needs to be educated. So
you've challenged members of the.
Susan Gardner's a council member.
Okay.
I'm calling Susan Gardner out every day until she answers.
I think he's got to think about Susan Gardner.
Why don't you two just get a room?
She's so vocal about it that you would think somebody that vocal must be completely educated on the subject and would be a great person to have a conversation with. So, especially if you're on city council and you're trying to represent your constituents.
Right. One would think.
Well, there's still time.
That's true.
There's still time. Maybe she'll crash the party.
Now, we are currently arranging for a debate that will take place soon, and it will feature. It'll feature somebody that is against the ballot proposal as written on the ballot November 8th in Brighton. They are against that proposal, and so once we have a date set, we'll make the official announcement. But I think it'll be informational.
Yeah, it'll be information.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we don't have all day here, but to break it down, I'm against the ballot proposal as it stands, but I'm also against the hypocrisy of some of the people on council that are against cannabis and are not educated on it. And I think that this trigger ordinance they put in place. Here's all I want. I don't think this is going to pass, and I don't even know if I want it to pass. Let me explain why. The ballot initiative written is horrible. The city has a trigger ordinance that they don't want to put in place unless this passes because they don't want cannabis in Brighton because they don't want it, I guess, even though most citizens do. The big problem I have is that they're not being honest. Be honest why you have a trigger ordinance. Tell the people that they're not voting what's on the ballot. But nobody will do that. And now what they've done is in their initiative, they've basically zoned out dispensaries. All the zones in their ordinance that they're going to pass, if the ballot measure passes, because it's so confusing, they've zoned them all out like they planned on it. They're putting them in all the mall zones, and not one can open. Every mall, every zone they put it in, that they've zoned it for, they have clauses in their leases that marijuana establishments cannot be there. There was a member of the Planning Commission, Ken Schrank, who last year at a Planning Commission spoke out loud and said, well, we'll just zone this so no one can put these anywhere in Brighton. Well, the city attorney specifically told him, that's illegal. You can't say that out loud. You can't say that, and you can't zone it to where none can open.
Yeah, so municipalities have gotten into big litigation costs over zoning like that, where they are not, where they're using zoning as a weapon, as opposed to having standardized rules that everyone has to follow.
And when you have a planning member, Ken Schrank, on the Planning Commission, sitting out loud in a public meeting, we're going to zone these so no one can open them. The city attorney told him that's illegal, and he said it out loud.
Right.
And they've done that. If this ballot initiative passes, I feel bad for the city of Brighton because it's going to cost them a fortune. So I really don't want it to pass now because it's chaos. They've created chaos.
Wait a minute, Jerry. We could have you debate you.
We should.
This thing has become so convoluted that it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm not even here because if cannabis stores come to Brighton, great. If they don't, my day still goes on. But the biggest problem I have is that you have some members on council, Susan Gardner specifically, that are not being transparent with the voters. They already wasted $10,000 fighting the ballot initiative to be on the ballot. $10,000 of Brighton voters' money has been wasted trying to get a ballot initiative not on the ballot that enough people that are voters in the city of Brighton signed. How do you spit in the voter's face like that when they vote, when they want a ballot initiative put on a ballot, and then you go and you fight it in court and you waste $10,000 of taxpayers' money? If this passes, all the major cannabis companies are going to come and sue the city of Brighton. It's going to cost them a fortune. So they have completely screwed this up. If it doesn't pass, I will come back next year with my own ordinance, and I'm going to take out some members of city council. I think the city of Brighton needs some different people on city council, people that want to represent their constituents. And next year, if this doesn't pass, I will come back with some new people for Brighton City Council.
Right, and we should define when you say take out city councilors, you're talking about you're going to campaign against them
And the election, correct.
and remove them from their seats. If,
Glad you clarified that,
if
John.
the people so choose, people get a little.
When you say take out,
yeah, we just want to
I
clarify.
thought you were going out for dinner.
Right. No, I mean, replace them.
Yeah.
Because I think there's some people on your Brighton City Council that do not care about the voters. They care about the women in the flower club or the people that live on their block. But when you have a city council position, because I've dealt with enough city councils and I'm on a city board myself, you represent everybody that lives in that city. And you owe those voters, you owe them to go out there and get educated on every single topic that you're going to vote on. If you're not going to go get educated, then don't run for city council. Because it's not about getting pats on the back. It's about knowing everything you're voting on for that city and not bringing your personal opinions onto that city council. And Susan Gardner does that all the time.
Well, Jerry, I think, look, you're a very forceful personality, and people love you or hate you. I don't think that's
Right.
But you have always been upfront what you're going to do. And I think you got to get credit for that. I mean, you came to the city before and said, look, if you don't pass a viable ordinance, one's going to get ballot initiated on you, and then you're going to be stuck in the corner. That's exactly what's happened.
Exactly. I mean, it blows my mind. Blows my mind that somebody can be against something so much, but they don't want to sit down and talk to the opposing opinion. They don't want to get educated. And when you're on a city council, you're not just there for pet shop openings and things like that. You're there to make that city a better place. And no matter what the topic is, you owe your constituents that. That's what you're there for. And I feel like there's some people on council, Susan Gardner especially, who is doing a disservice. They get up there with this elitist attitude, not in our city. Well, there are people that do want it in your city. And maybe this won't pass, but I'm telling you right now, Jerry Millen will not go away. That's who I am. And I'm not even here for marijuana. I'm here for doing the right thing. And if the people in the city of Brighton don't want this, I completely understand. But if they do, then they should be allowed to have it. And
Right.
the people that are voting on this, for voting yes, are probably some of the same people that voted yes for some of these people on the council.
Let me ask you this, Jerry. Where if you could pick the ideal spot that would please everybody for a dispensary to be in Brighton, where would it be? Because I think a lot of people think when they think Brighton, they think downtown or on Grand River.
Off of 96 and Grand River, right up there where all the main stores are. But your council has zoned it so that none can open up there. They've zoned the entire thing so none can open. This is going to get, if this passes, it's going to get real ugly. So I really, honestly, in a way, I hope it doesn't pass. I'm here now just to expose what's happening. Be transparent. I challenge anybody on city council to tell me why there's a trigger ordinance. Why do you have an ordinance in place? At least come out and say, we have this in place. If it wins, we're going to put this in place of the ballot initiative. But nobody will even say that. So why won't they say that? That's our problem with politics. Be transparent. It's easy to see what they're doing. So admit it. Tell us what you're doing. Not even me. Tell the people that voted for you what you're doing. What are you doing? Why do you have an ordinance on the website? Why have you moved your city council meeting a week later? Why? Because you're going to put this in place of it.
Right.
And then it's even more ludicrous, guys. I don't know if you've seen the goofy say yes to marijuana signs and let's get high and bright. You see those?
Yeah, I saw a picture of those, and
Right.
those are deceptive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's pretty weird, huh? it seems like a bunch of stoners went out and bought signs to say "Get high and Brighton, vote yes." It's like it's so funny because it's a group that's against the ballot initiative, putting out signs saying "Vote yes for marijuana."
Reverse psychology.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make it look like a bunch of stoners want dispensaries.
Well, we should.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, and I think, earlier we were talking about costumes and we said Cheech and Chong and ha ha ha. But as we've talked about before, when it comes to marijuana, whether it's medical or recreational, I mean, your average customer is what? Is it 44 years old, the average age?
44 years old,
yeah. You have people that are coming in and they are seeking out these products, whether they be edibles or whatever, for a variety of things that they use them for. It could be for recreational use, but a lot of times it's for, they have sleep issues, they have pain issues.
Multiple sclerosis. I just sat down with a woman the other day that had that kid who has MS. Super educated, college graduate, just very educated person, and they are using cannabis now to treat their MS. That's the problem. Is that everybody just thinks, oh well, if they don't know anyone that uses cannabis for medical reasons, they think it's just for getting high, and it's
right.
not. And that's what angers me, because I see sick people every day. I see people that are dying. I see people that have MS, Parkinson's. There was an autistic child in my store the other day. And it pisses me off that people like Susan Gardner get up on this council and preach about, not my grandchildren, I don't want them to have weed. Then don't give them weed, Susan. Who's giving your grandchildren weed, Susan Gardner? Who? No one's giving your grandchildren weed, and especially not coming from a
I think we got to break up this relationship between Jerry and Susan.
No, listen.
Well, Jerry...
Listen, Susan Gardner at least owes me a sit-down for 5 minutes that can be recorded to discuss her problems with cannabis. She's all over the internet and Facebook talking about it.
Well,
I will say this. We'll invite Susan Gardner. If Susan Gardner, like I said, your very first personality, and if she doesn't want to sit down with you...
We could at least have her on the show. We'll see if she'll come on the show.
If Susan Gardner or any other council member would like to come on the podcast and explain their point of view, I think it's better to go head-to-head. I think to have a debate of ideas.
But they may feel more comfortable.
We're open to that, and so far no one has taken us up on that. But I want to go back to...
They won't.
Yeah.
They won't, because you know why? They don't want the voters of Brighton to know what they're doing. That's the crazy shit that's happening here.
If they want to...
I live in Heartland. If I lived in Brighton, I would get up at the Brighton council meetings, and I would speak out to them. But me getting up and saying something as the guy from Heartland that owns a big store, they won't even pay attention to it. But if I was a Brighton voter, I'd be up there asking them, what are you doing? What are you wasting our money on?
Right.
Wait a minute. This could cost us a couple $100,000 to fight this and keep this out of our city. Because the big corporations are coming. They're out there. These guys with millions and millions and millions. Bell Tire owns Loon Cannabis Company. They want to come to Brighton. They will come in. The big guys, Skymet, all these guys, the people that did the ballot initiative, they will come and sue the city of Brighton. I've seen cities mishandle it, and Brighton's doing it right now. This could get really
as we wrap things up, and I kind of want to make this point because I just recently I had a conversation with my 14-year-old about marijuana, and I was very clear to say, they were asking me about they saw a billboard for some recreational marijuana, and they said they were asking me about it, and I said, look, under no circumstances do I want you to use marijuana, nor should you. Your brain is still developing. You're very young. I wouldn't want you to use marijuana. I wouldn't want you to smoke cigarettes. I don't want you to use alcohol. I mean, these are things, and we had a really good discussion about marijuana, about substances, about growing brains and developing things and why it's not good. And, and I said, there's a lot of things out there that they're not meant for you. And so, and I guess this is the thing that the people say, the children. And I guess I did this radical thing where I talked to my kid and,
concept.
I know. And so I guess if you're really concerned about your kids, talk to them, parent your children. And I guess that's my personal opinion. And that's what it is. Other people may have a different opinion. And again, we'll extend the invite if somebody else wants to come on this podcast that's on council, that's on the Say No committee, and explain their point of view. The invitation remains open.
It won't be an attack. It'll just be a conversation.
No, I'm very passionate about this in the sense that this helps people. And when people are against it and they don't know anything they're talking about, it upsets me because it's like, at least learn what you're talking about. and learn what you're talking about. Because I will hold some of these council members accountable. They're going to run for council next year, Susan Gardner. I will hold them accountable. And we will bring candidates and oppose these people next year. That's my plan if this doesn't pass. So I hope they're ready for a fight because I like it. And I'm going to, I'm for it.
Jerry,
The whole thing is just crazy.
we really got to get you to come out of your shell. It's kind of sad that you're so withdrawn.
Yeah.
But all right,
Well, the invite's out there.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch about the date for the Smackdown in Weedtown, as John has dubbed it, or dubbed it. So we'll have more details on that coming up here on the podcast. Jerry, we appreciate it as always. Have a wonderful day and a great Halloween as the ghoul.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
all right, we'll
Take
talk
care.
to you. All right, bye.
Bye-bye. All right. We've got our 2-cent history lesson coming up. The answer, if you missed it earlier,
I gave it away.
in trivia because somebody had to spill the beans.
I always do this.
Studies found, of all age groups, teenagers do this the most.
Right.
The answer was chew gum.
Now,
Which, I don't, to me, that wouldn't have been the first thing on my mind as far as what teens do. I would say sleep.
well,
Sleep a lot.
not do their chores. They do that a lot, not doing their chores.
They do that a lot.
Well,
yes.
my forte.
Avoid. Avoidance.
So anyway, yeah, we did get a correct answer.
Let's see.
that we
Skip
saw.
breakfast. Sleep till noon.
Yeah, there you go.
Take risks. Well, when you're young.
Well, yeah, gonna live forever.
Yeah.
I can jump that.
Complain. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, Evil Knievel.
Sometimes the complaining doesn't go away with
No, it
adolescence.
really doesn't.
Maybe it gets worse.
You complain about the adolescents.
Well, that's true.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Text, said Jeff, bite their nails.
That's a bad habit. I have it, and it's a bad habit.
Make TikTok videos. Well, see, that's the thing. Most of us, you'd have to be a teen to know how to,
Yeah,
or what a TikTok video is, or
Yeah.
how to get on TikTok.
Although Mike and John are on TikTok. TikTok. I've invented a new platform. It's called TikTok.
Yes, we are.
You must
Come
have
to the
fresh
little
breath.
box.
You must have fresh breath to be on this platform. TikTok, yeah. If you go to TikTok and search out Mike and John Got It Going On.
We've got, what, 2?
No, I put up
Three?
several, as a matter of fact.
You have.
And
Did
we
you do this without my authorization, my knowledge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they good?
I don't know.
Did they highlight you?
No. Actually, the reels that we put up on Facebook, those short little reels, I also put those on TikTok.
Oh. Well, good to know.
Yeah.
For when I get my TikTok account.
Well, yeah.
And
Once you
check
start
in.
TikToking.
When I
fella.
start ticking,
Yeah.
and you're talking,
All right.
let's go as TikTok.
Wait a minute. All right.
Stand in front of the refrigerator with the door open.
Adults do that.
We
plenty.
do that sometimes too. Don't wake up till to hit the alarm or hit snooze. Play electronic games, video games.
Right.
I don't know. That's
But
kind of trickled
adults-
into adulthood
yeah,
too.
especially with the phone stuff. The
Yeah.
phone apps.
Sure. Anything else come to mind? Text and drive. Say they're bored. See, I think you look back when we were kids, and this is the old guys talking. We had a lot more boredom time, especially pre-cable.
Well,
You had
that's true.
247, 5020, maybe Toledo 11,
Oh, on a good day.
or Channel 9 out of
Or
Canada.
do you remember when On TV started?
Yeah.
And they'd scramble the picture, and you'd be like, "Wait a minute, I can kind of see what's going on."
Yeah. It's a little grainy.
Is that the Detroit Express that's playing?
Sure. So we had a lot more downtime. We didn't have the Cartoon Network
No.
or, sports TV.
I remember a comedian did a bit about that. He's like, I could only dream to be as lazy as my kids are. He goes, technology's really enabled them. He goes, it took me 10 years to watch every episode of Friends. They knock it out in a weekend.
So chew gum was our answer. Congratulations to no one. All right.
Well, then there you go.
All right. Thanks to all that chimed in. Thanks for all the suggestions, too, for Halloween costumes. On Facebook, you can still put those suggestions in there. We have not decided.
No.
On the
You'll
costume.
Tune in Monday. We will
About
surprise
4 a.m. Monday, we'll have
you. It's about
decided
it. Yeah, what am I gonna
what
wear?
we're going to wear.
Like when we were kids, and then they just go get your dad's suit coat,
crap.
and then
Yeah.
they put some charcoal on it.
I'm a bum.
You're a hobo, which you can't use anymore. You can't be a hobo anymore.
You can be a bum, though,
Yes,
right?
I am a homeless person. I don't know. I'm not sure that that's even the correct term anymore.
What, hobo?
No, you can't even say. I'm not.
You can't say bum?
It's not considered to be complimentary to say homeless person. I think it's.
Well, what about bum? Can you say
that's
bum?
no bum is out. Yeah, you can't say. Bum.
I can't say
Unless
bum.
you're talking about your ass.
Oh, me bum hurts. I fell on my bum. I think you can say that.
Oh, you can say
I just
it.
don't
I'm just
know
saying
that.
the proper term.
Is there some group of bums that are gonna sue you or what?
Yeah.
So what do you got here?
Let's see here. They are houseless.
Oh, so big difference from homeless to houseless.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I gotta delete that. Living in a van down by a river skit.
I'm reading about the origin of hobo. But I guess we're doing a show, so I'll have to do that later.
Do you want to share with the team?
One explanation is that the word hobo derives from the greeting "ho boy," which was often used among railway workers in the early 1900s.
Hobos used to ride the rails.
Right,
John.
it's about riding rails, hopping boxcars.
Ride the rails.
And so
My life
they
dream.
became known as hobos. But terms like hobo, tramp, and bum are offensive because they perpetuate harmful stereotypes.
Lady and the Tramp. Disney. Shame on you, Disney. Lady and the Houseless.
Lady and the player.
Lady and the Dog.
You dog.
With a W.
Okay.
Dog.
I believe this show has just been turned up.
It really has.
Okay.
October 27th is our day, our 2-cent history lesson brought to you by Oakland Insurance. Call Drew Goebel today at 248-647-2500. It's American Beer Day.
American beer.
None of these foreign beers. None of these Canadian beers. It's American Beer Day. All hail Schlitz. It's National Black Cat Day. Do not adopt a black cat this time of year. They might not let you.
No, because the people adopt them, and then a couple days after Halloween, I hit the road.
Okay.
People are jerks.
Cranky coworker day.
Who are
I
you
guess we
referring
can't.
to?
I guess we can't say cranky anymore.
No, you can't say cranky.
It gets people upset.
They're
cranky.
They are temperamentally challenged. That's the proper term.
Okay.
I'm temperamentally challenged.
You're mentally challenged.
I said temperamentally.
Oh, he's hot.
Yeah.
He's got a hot temper.
Well,
It's National Potato Day.
favorite potato. I don't know. That's so stupid.
Favorite potato.
It's French fries. I mean, come on.
Well, it's got to be French fries, but
What kind of fries? I mean, what is there a brand or?
well,
or
you got your crinkle cut.
See, I got to tell you.
You know,
There's
Ore-Ida.
that.
You got your crinkle cut, then
Yeah.
you got the crispers from Ore-Ida. Those are good.
Those are good.
Steak fries are good.
Now, what about like a fast food?
Fast food.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know you don't do fast food that much, but
Well, McDonald's used to have great fries. I don't know if they're still the same or not. I don't have the app, and I can't save like crazy, and it's not amazing.
no, it's not
but
amazing. I have to tell you that
Wendy's got nice fries.
Wendy's got the good fries.
Hey,
I
bud,
think.
Wendy's got the
Hey,
good
bud,
fries.
Yeah, my wife's like, "Why are you at Wendy's?" No reason.
Do they still have the Frosties at Wendy's?
Yeah,
Square burgers still?
I don't know
Things
because I
haven't
never
changed.
go there, Mike.
I just just wondering. Well, how do you know they have the best fries? It's also Navy Day.
U.S. Navy.
U.S. Navy is in, well, those that are in the Navy.
In the Navy.
1925, Fred Waller invented water skis on this day.
In
Fred
45?
1925.
Oh, 25.
1925.
Okay. Well, I
Water
guess so.
skis.
Motorboats. Yeah, okay. I guess I can see it. I mean, without a rowboat and skis, probably wouldn't work that
Faster! I'm going down. I keep sinking. They were probably snow skis, and he went. It was a warmer day, and he melted, and he went through the water, and therefore,
Yeah.
water skis.
Okay.
Having the little fin on the back, on the bottom,
Well, yeah.
underneath.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah. The first, in 1927, the first sound newsreel, the Fox Movie Tone News, was shown. You know anywhere else you can get video news from?
I really don't know. It's crazy.
1975, Bruce Springsteen appeared on the covers of both Newsweek and Time magazine. Same week, same day, 1975.
That's quite a feat when you think about it.
News and Time.
Yeah.
Newsweek and Time. Usually it's a politician. When you're a kid, you walk by that and you go, who's that? I don't care. Oh, yeah, Watergate, whatever.
Although I do remember when Time magazine had the picture of Cheryl Tiegs in the fishnet bathing suit. Now, I wasn't on the cover. I was inside. I'm like, hello. It's about time.
I'm reading a news magazine with a girl in her fishnet. I don't think that's true. I think that was Sports Illustrated.
No,
I don't think it was Time
It
magazine.
was Time. I'm going to find it.
You better look that up just for clarification. 1991, the first Planet Hollywood restaurant opened. Owners Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger were on hand. Remember when Planet Hollywood was a big thing? Which I think was really a Red Robin in disguise, as far as the food goes. You know,
Right.
Pretty much the same crap.
Kind of, yeah.
Same crap.
But it's the kind of place where you can just be
Oh, look, a guitar.
It was. That's true.
Ooh.
Sure, this burger's $25, but I'm next to Ace Frehley's guitar.
That's right.
that he might have.
It's a
touched
lookalike
once.
at every Planet Hollywood restaurant. And finally, it was on this day in 1995 that Gloria Estefan became the only pop artist to receive a call from the Pope to perform.
Wow.
Now that's bragging rights.
I guess I had heard that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that is Cheryl Tiegs in
yeah,
the fishnet.
And I
There's
guess
a lot of pictures.
yeah.
I don't think those are the Time magazine ones. He's
am
digging deeper.
I am examining this on investigative reporting.
Is this gonna? He says with a snort, a laugh and a snort. Does investigative reporting. He's a news hound.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm a hound. All right. Yeah,
That's
this is
the one right there.
this one.
The one on the right.
Oh, you want this one?
That one there. Was that Time magazine?
No,
that was Birdcage
That was
magazine.
Vanity Fair, I
Oh.
guess. But they're talking about. Okay.
There was her on the cover. She was not in fishnet. She's in red. See, Time.
I know that one.
Yeah.
But okay. Hi, this is a podcast.
Can we put it right there? Can we put it right there?
Okay. All right. Hold on.
This is the Time magazine cover.
All right. That's the Time magazine cover.
Yes.
Well, I can't put the other one. Well, I can. I mean, it's a podcast. Do whatever you want. All right. I'm going to give you a warning.
For all you kids out
All
there,
you children,
don't drink, don't smoke pot.
and don't look at this picture.
You're looking at the picture. Right?
Okay. Anyway.
All you kids.
So that was the picture I remember being inside Time magazine.
Now, was it in Time magazine?
I'm
or
working on
just
it.
wishful thinking that it was in Time magazine?
It was in Time magazine.
I don't think that was in Time magazine.
All right, I'm getting on the issue. Continue on.
That was the end of the history lesson.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it was.
We sure learned a lot about
Yeah,
nothing.
we sure did.
Our Tuesday history lesson brought to you by Oakland Insurance. Insurance may be the last thing on your mind, and that's okay, isn't it, John?
Absolutely.
The last thing on your mind,
It sure is.
because it's the first thing on Drew Goebel's mind.
Well, yeah.
Let's be frank. Whether we're talking about your home, vehicles, Cheryl Tiegs, business, or life, the unexpected things can happen. The bright side is you can depend on Drew Goebel and Oakland Insurance and Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance to provide peace of mind that you need. Oh, that is
This is what I
fishnet.
remember. And this
Okay.
is from Time magazine. Now, it's the one where she was on the cover.
Hold on.
But
At-
inside.
hold on. At Oakland Insurance,
Oh,
they
sorry,
believe
Drew.
the best relationships are honest, upfront, and fair.
Sorry.
If you want to get frank about insurance and Cheryl Tiegs, let's talk. Call Drew Goebel today. Say, hey, I saw that picture Mike and John posted during the 2 cent history lesson. 248-647-2500. That is Time magazine.
Yeah, it was inside. I remember this.
But it's such a small picture.
Well, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It's 1977. Are
The
you
one
kidding
that's
me?
next to it.
I mean, before that, I'm in the Encyclopedia
Hey,
Britannica
watch
looking
where your pointer's at.
So, all right. Well, it's quite a show today.
Yep, we're 13.
Yeah, we are.
That's the show for today, isn't it?
It is. But before we wrap this up, we have to thank Murphy's Family Auto, of course, for all your auto repairs and vehicle maintenance needs. They are the place to go. They can do the whole shebang. Car and truck care, engine and transmission work, electrical, heating and cooling, brakes, whatever.
SUVs too.
Absolutely. Call Murphy's Family Auto, 517-552-3040. They're open Saturdays 8 to 1. Go online, murphyfamilyauto.com.
Don't forget the S, John.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
murphysfamilyauto.com.
Indeed. I'm not paying. Richter and Associates Property Management, licensed real estate brokers, rental property experts in Livingston, Genesee, and Oakland counties. 40 plus years in the business, located in downtown Howell. You have a rental property that you need managed, or you're looking for a rental property, they're the ones to give a call.
If you have a podcast you'd like to get housed, they can take care of you.
Bet. Richter and Associates Property Management online, richterandassociates.com, RICHTERASSOC.com. After me, RICHTER ASSOC.com. Thank you. 517-540-9560.
That'd be after you or post you? Post and after.
Uh-huh.
Mike and John got it going on.
You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.
You were signing off there like you're Dennis Leary on SNL. Remember how he used to do that? I am out of here, and then
that was Dennis Miller, not
Dennis. Or I meant Dennis Miller.
Leary.
Yeah,
he was.
No, he would have been different.
I forgot about Dennis Miller being on SNL.
He was pretty good.
He was all right
on SNL.
What do you got?
Oh, we're post show.
Yeah, we are post show.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Well, I thought you had something.
I got nothing.
I knew that.
Why today would be any different than any other day? I don't know.
Recent survey asked 1,500 Americans about corporate buzzwords that they are tired of, that they hate.
Yeah.
They hate these buzzwords. Company culture, new normal.
You know,
it does get boring. You know what? And the people that use these terms usually throw them out there because they think they want to sound
well, right. You get a lot
shoddy.
Of buzzwords.
It's like, oh yeah,
you know,
yeah, we're
speak
the new normal now.
Right.
I want to circle back to that. Yeah, circle this. And I did. I circled it right
Yeah, you
here.
did.
I circled
very
it.
Very good.
Boots on the ground, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get boots on the ground. Give 110%.
You're not very good at math, are you?
Yeah, really. Low-hanging fruit. We worked with them.
Low hanging. It was just on the ground, rotting.
Smells kind of funny. Move the needle. We got to move the needle on this one. I haven't heard this one, so maybe it's not used as much as these people think.
All right.
Or I'm just out of the loop. Growth hacking. That's
I've heard it, but
growth
yeah,
hacking.
it doesn't seem like
it's not as big. Think outside the box.
Oh yeah, thinking outside the box. But here's the thing:
Why
in
are
most
you in
corporate culture, if you think outside the box, you're usually outside the building with a box in your hand.
So useless terms,
Yeah.
corporate terms, people are tired of. That's our post show today.
All right, we'll see you Friday.